Hi, I'm Tim Parry, Senior Content Manager of Multichannel Merchant, and I'm with Bob Moul from Artisan, and we're here to talk a little about apps and why the importance of apps to retail marketing. Bob, let's start with the basics. What is the difference really between a native app and a web-based app? Why do marketers need to know that difference between these terms?
Well, good morning, Tim. Good to catch up. So the basic difference is native apps obviously take advantage of the native capabilities of the phone, right, of the device itself. They're capable of delivering a much more high-end experience, a much more engaging experience. The downside and the advantage of web apps is that they're very easy to update, very easy to change content, get content out to a lot of different platforms. So it's a debate that I guess has been raging for some time about native versus web. I think it comes down to what's the objective of the merchant, what it is they're trying to accomplish, what's the best technology to deliver that objective.
Retailers and B2B merchants are really struggling with the should we have an app, should we not have an app question. What are some of the things they really need to think about before they decide they're going to take a plunge?
Yeah, I think this is very reminiscent of the website conversation in the early 90s when everyone knew they had to have a website, they weren't really sure why. And so I think we see that sort of same evolution happening with apps. I think the thing to think about is an app is a lot more than a website. And if all you're trying to do is just sort of recreate your website with the app, I think you're missing a great opportunity to have a much more intimate experience and engagement with your consumers and your customers. And I really think that the main thing to think about is what's going to be unique. What is it I'm trying to accomplish with the app? Have a specific objective, and really try to drive a much more intimate experience with the customer than you might get with just a mobile web or a website.
When you're gauging the success of an app, are there certain metrics you should be looking at other than just the number of downloads? It seems like downloads seems to be the big key, but I'm sure there's a lot more to that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't put, frankly, a lot of stock in downloads. You can get a lot of downloads, but if nobody's using the app, that's really not accomplishing anything. I think tracking repeat users of the app, people who've used it and come back and use it again, is a very good sign. But ultimately, what was it you built the app to do? Are you trying to drive conversions? Are you trying to drive registrations? Are you trying to drive revenue? And I think having a very clear understanding of the goals and objectives, the business goals and objectives, as you're building the app, and then measuring that as you deliver is really the key.
As I was looking at my iPhone and my iPad getting ready for this interview, I've seen a lot of retail apps that I've downloaded and just have maybe used once and that's it. But what are some of the things merchants should be doing to make sure that someone like me who's downloading that app once and maybe using it once, making me become a repeat user?
Yeah, absolutely. And this, I think, has really been a challenge in the industry with sort of the inflexibility of native apps. Once they're built, once they're released, once people have downloaded it on the phone, it's kind of hard to make dynamic changes to that app. And it's in fact one of the reasons we launched Artisan and Artisan Optimize. The ability to dynamically change the update in the native app, to do optimization, A/B testing, even personalize on the fly without having to go back through the app store, will now give merchants the ability to treat it more like a dynamic marketing channel, more like a website can be treated. You can now update content, you can be changing advertisements, call to actions, and make the app, I think, a lot more engaging. But I would say to date that's been a real challenge in that native apps have been hard to update quickly and iterate quickly, so therefore trying to keep a fresh, engaging experience has been a challenge.
Bob, any projections for 2013, even heading into 2014, for retailers with apps? Do you see them getting a little better in the game this year? What's your take?
I think there's a couple trends. One, I think people that have been out there are getting much smarter about what it is they're trying to do with the app. I think they're getting much more crisp in terms of how to engage with the customers. They're learning about how customers want to use mobile and how they want to be engaged by mobile. So I see those things happening. And frankly, I'm a bit biased, but I think the whole concept of mobile experience management that we're launching again with Artisan should be a major story in mobile this year, because you're now, I think you're really changing the calculus or the trade-off analysis that people have been having to do between web web and native, they, in my view, had been sacrificing sort of the high-end, incredibly high engaging native experiences for the ease of the update on the web. And with mobile experience management, you can now have the best of both worlds. You can have an incredible native app with the convenience and ease of the web.
Bob, I should ask also, are there any apps out there for getting geese to stop honking, or do you think that's just a passing trend?
I have no idea. I have no doubt. With a million apps in the App Store, there must be one for chasing away geese.
Okay, excellent. Hey, Bob, thank you very much for your time today, and enjoy the rest of ETL West.
Excellent. Good to meet up, Tim.
Good to meet you, too.